In this video, I'm going to be making a foldable bowl, a fold flat bowl. I'm using some laminate material that's left over runoff from my local copy shop. They have large rolls of laminate and at the end of the roll they'll usually run off a couple feet, and I was given this laminate for free. They usually just throw it away. This bowl is similar in design to a Fozzils bowl. I liked their design the best. There are other designs that you can fold together. There's so many designs online, but this is the one that my brother has a complete set, many complete sets of the Fozzils, and I liked that particular design. So I traced out about a 1-foot circle and just cut that out with scissors. Try to keep as smooth as you can around the edge. You don't want any frays or anything like that. Any sharp pointed edges where the bowl will be prone to wear and tear. Okay, so once you have your circle, you get it cleaned up, you'll need to find the center of the circle. There are a number of ways of doing that. I like using a straight edge, and if you draw 3 lines approximately across the center, it'll create a triangle, and the center of that triangle is the center of the circle. I use a post-it note and approximate the center using that the lines that I've drawn, and outline the square post-it note. You want about a 3-inch square at the center of the circle. That'll be the base of the bowl. I use a ballpoint pen because it will actually leave an indentation on the plastic that I can use to fold, because that will be one of the edges that folds. Now from corner to corner, I want to create the center point on each of the exterior edges from those corners. So I'm just creating a little mark on those edges. Now the width of my straight edge is just perfect to draw the line so that I've got a nice triangle coming from the point of the square to the outside of the circle. The width of that straight edge placed on the center line, and then the opposite edge placed on the corner of the square, allows me to draw those triangles, which will enable me to fold the plastic in a way that the bowl will fold properly. So it doesn't really matter which direction your first fold is, but you want the corresponding fold right next to it to be the opposite direction of fold. And then you want to go around the entire bowl, and I prefer for that to be uniform all the way around so that it folds in the same direction as you go around, though it doesn't really matter if that were the case. You could do 2 sides folding in towards each other or folding away from each other, and it would still work. Even if all sides went, 3 sides went the same way and 1 went the other, it really wouldn't matter too much, but I like for it to look uniform and to work uniform, because it's easier to button it up as you go around in the circle if they all fold the same direction. Alright, those are folded. Now I need to punch the holes for putting in the snaps. So you fold each side so that the holes all line up. And I've got a circular hole punch. You could probably use a paper hole punch, but one of the handheld type, at least for the first hole that allows you to put the clip in. There's a second time when you need to run holes through. That center triangle needs a larger hole in the center so that the snap can actually fit through the hole. But these first holes are smaller, and you want the snap to attach in those spots. Alright, I've got to lay out all my pieces of the snaps. For each snap there's 4 pieces, because there's 2 sides of the snap and each side needs 2 sections. And I need 4 snaps total. So I've got 16 pieces. That rubber gasket looking piece is part of the snap press. You can pick those up at Home Depot or at Walmart or wherever. A little snap press like that. I think they're probably about $10. They're really handy to have whether you make one of these bowls or not. Alright, so you just go around and you put in all the snaps, make sure that they're fitting in the same direction. I preferred to have the exterior side actually facing in towards where the liquid or food will be. It'll just keep the snap a little more clean. Now I need to punch the hole right between the 2 pieces of the snap so that when it folds, the snap will actually be able to reach itself. I want a pretty large diameter hole punch, one that will fit around the circumference of the internal piece of the snap. This hole punch ended up being dull, and I had to move up in size until I can sharpen that punch. Not sure what dulled it. I must have used it on something or I've used it a lot in the past. There we go, and get the other hole punch, and that goes through like butter. Alright, all the holes are punched. And this one's pretty much done. Just have to snap it together. I put a bunch of water in it and tested it out. Seems to really work. Works quite well, and I'm probably going to take this on my next ultralight camp, which is later this month. Pretty pleased with it. There you go. Thanks for watching. Jar of Awesome Sauce.